Hello everyone. So I was teaching event handling concept in fifth module. For event handling chapter, to understand event handling programs, you need to understand applets now. Okay. If you have a knowledge about applet programs or applet classes, so that you can easily understand the event handling programs. So that is why I am teaching applet class concepts today. So this is actually not there in your syllabus, but this is for your knowledge to understand event handling concept. Okay. So I'll continue event handling concept in the next classes. But before that, let us just have an idea about what is actually applet. What is it actually? So what is it for? So while explaining about or while introducing about Java, I have told that I have introduced this applet concept as well as a swing concept. Okay. So in order to build a graphical user interface, in order to build a graphical user interface, you can go with the applet programs or the swing programs I have told. So that applets and the swings are used to generate a graphical user interface so that you can interact with the browser or you can interact with the server also. These are also programs. So that program provides as a GUI, graphical user interface. Okay. So if you want text boxes or if you wanted a buttons or if you wanted any check boxes, so that you can include within your window or a dialog box, so that um, applet program is going to provide you a graphical user interface that can interact with either server or the browser. Okay, so after knowing about applet class, later we can move on to the event handling concept. I've just explained about what is actually event, what is the source, and what are the listeners we have, right? Uh, Event, when the event or something is happening, it's like an object, right? And source is which can generate an event, right? And we have also discussed delegation event model, right? If you are performing any event handling mechanism, so the event is generated by a source, so that source should be notified to the event listeners, so those event listeners should be registered first, right? If they are registered to the event or registered to that source, so that they will be notified. After notification or after they get a notification, they will be handling what kind of event it is, but whether it's a key event or a mouse event, what is actually the action which we are performing on that source, right? So all these should be understood by the applet program only. So we have applet program in the event handling. So before that, what is actually applet? Let us just discuss it. Okay, so this is uh, applet class. uh, So applet fundamentals, let us just discuss. So this is not there in your syllabus, but this is required to write a program. Even for swings, swings is there in your syllabus, but let us just have a brief idea about what is applet, so that event handling and the swings will be understood easily. Okay. So here applets differ from a type of a program shown in the preceding modules, right? So it is a different programs, different program. Whatever we have seen in the earlier classes or in the earlier modules, so these are a little bit different. Why they are different? So in earlier programming, we are giving an input and we are getting an output, or we are just handling an exception. So those are all different. But here, once we have written a program, so that program is going to generate a GUI or a window which we wanted, indicating that what are all the requirements we need for our graphical user interface or for our implementation, right? So applets are small programs that are designed for a transmission on the internet are run within a browser. Run within a browser. Within a browser also you can run this applet program, or you can run on a internet. Internet means you can even interact with the server. So that is one thing. And then applets offer a secure way to dynamically download and execute a programs over the web. Once you have the programs on a web, or if you are interacting with the server, you can easily download and execute the programs over the internet or over the web. So this is secure. Applets are fully secure. So there is no insecure concept here. Like, so what if we have downloaded applet programs? Applet programs, can we are we downloading a virus or anything? So this is not the case. Applets are fully secure, so you can download and execute on the internet. And one more last thing, or a last point you can observe here. After an applet arrives on the client, it has limited access to resources, so that it can produce a graphical user interface and run a complex computations without introducing a risk of virus or breaching a data integrity. Whatever I have told now, so they have given in a point. Client indicating that it's a web browser. If you are downloading from a web browser, so there is no concept of insecure, or there may be a risk of our data or of our computer. Okay, so Applets providing a secure concept, and this is a simple applet program. It's a simple applet program. So if you are writing a program, so you can include here. This should be in a command line. This should be in a command line, so that compiler will understood that this is a applet program. So here in a command line, you can observing here. So in a command line, in an angular bracket, you can observe that applet tag. Applet tag. This is a applet tag. Within that, we have a code attribute. Code attribute. Attribute 1, width is another attribute, height is another attribute. There is no need of giving a comma in order to separate. If you wanted to separate each attribute, you just leave a space. So applet is having a 3 different attributes. So that is code, width, and the height. Width and the height which we are giving for a window which we are generating, or a dialog box which we are generating. How it is going to generate a dialog box or a graphical user interface, I'll show the output. Okay, this is 200 200 height and width of the window. Okay, so hello world. Hello world is a applet program file. Applet program file. So that is here. Public class hello world. Hello world is a class name. The same class name we are giving it in a giving as a file name, right? So that file name you should have pass here. Don't just pass hello world.java. Hello world is enough. .java is also okay, right? So hello world extends applet. Hello world extends applet. So extends is a keyword. When we are using a inheritance concept, we will use this extends keyword. Okay, extends applet. Extends applet. You could have asked a question here that, madam, you are saying hello world.java you should have to create. There is no concept of main program here. There is no concept of main program here. Applets are one such program you can execute without main. Without main. This is one kind, one interview question, that can we execute a program without main? Yes, you can execute a program without main in a Java. So those are all applets and the swings. Okay. Public class hello world extends applet. Applet is a class. This is a base class, and we are extending here. This is already existing one. So there is no need of writing public class applet, and within that there is an functions or anything. So you can just extend it. Okay. So before extending it, here you can see that. Here you can see that import java.awt. AWT I have already explained in event handling. So abstract window toolkit. So this statement will include Windows related methods and all. Okay, so this one. And uh, this is applet. Java.applet.star. What are all the classes and subclasses are there in an applet? So those are all included here. So once you have imported in your program, you can directly extend that applet. You can directly extend that applet. So within this, there is no main. There is no main method. Even though you have to create a file name called hello world.java. Okay, so public void paint. Paint is a method. Paint is a method that is there in an applet class. That is there in an applet class. We'll discuss a applet skeleton in the next slides. That is there. So paint is a method that is there in an applet class. So public void paint. So because it is public, you can use it in any class or any package. And within that, graphics G object you have to create, and this is fixed. And via that object, it may be anything, G or E or anything. G dot drawstring is a method which is available in the paint method. Drawstring, and which is going to draw a string, as it will just print a statement within hello, within a window as hello world, within a window as hello world. This is 2020. What is this 2020 actually? So Windows height and width is 200 we have given. Window is like, let us consider this yellow box is a window. Yellow box is a window. So this is 200 and 200. Height is 200. Let us consider this is varying actually. So this is 200 and this is 200. Okay, so within that, hello world should print within a x and y coordinate. X and y coordinate should be 2020. So it may be around here. Let's consider hello world is printing here. Hello world is printing here. So these are all not there. Hello world is printing here. This is x and y coordinates. So we are giving this hello world to print x and y coordinate value. This is the second one, what we are importing in our program, that is applet package contains a class applet, what I have told now, and it's a paint method. So this is defined by AWT and overridden by the applet. So it's there in a AWT also, applet also. It is called each time to redisplay the output. You can call paint how many times you want, that many times you can call. We have repaint method also. That is not required now. So paint, you can call one more time, hello world will be displayed. One more time, you can give x and y coordinates, different values. Like 40 and 20, you can give anything you can give. Okay, so it has a parameter of type graphics. So that is graphics is a class. An object you can create anything. It describes a graphics environment. Graphics environment indicating that once you have executed a program, hello world should print. Drawstring indicating that we are just printing it. We are just printing it. Okay. And next, here drawstring is a method. The member of graphics class. Member drawstring is a member of graphics class. Okay. So output a string that's the beginning at the specified x and y location. So whatever I have told, x and y coordinates here 2020. So in that, so hope you know that how to draw the graph, right? So in mathematics we have studied x and y coordinates, right? So within that single point, the hello world is going to print. Now within that, it is not a single point. Starting from 2020, it is going to print the hello world sentence. Next, applets interact with the user through AWT, not through console-based IO classes. So this is till now whatever we have executed a program. So those are all we are interacting with the console, right? We are interacting with the console, but these are all not interacting with the console. They are interacting their own AWT. Their own AWT indicating that we have their own options. I'll discuss what are all the options it has. Or else you just wanted to execute a program in your laptop. If you have, you can execute. Okay, AWT contains support for a window-based graphical user interface. Okay, window-based graphical user interface. So for that only we are importing AWT and applets here. So they'll provide us to generate a dialog box or a window for graphical user interface. Okay, every applet we create must be subclass of a applet. That indicating that. So here public class hello world. So this is our class that is extending a applet. I mean applet is a super class, our class is a subclass. This is user defined class. Okay. So all the applets which we are creating, they must be subclass of a applet class. I mean all the applet program should extend a applet class. Right. So here applets do not need a main method. So without main method also you can execute a Java program. So those are all applets. Okay, and there are two ways in which we can run an applet. One is executing with the applet viewer. Another one is executing an applet within a Java compatible web browser. Within a web browser also you can execute, or else you can, if you have already NetBeans or Eclipse in your program, you can run in a command line as if you have applet viewer tool, right? uh, how to find applet viewer tool, everything I'll explain in the next slide. So to execute using applet viewer, the first one using applet viewer. So first time, so as it is same. To compile a Java code, Java C, and the file name hello world.java you have to give, and applet viewer. If you have an applet viewer in your computer or a PC, you can just give applet viewer command space file name dot java. Okay, and this is where I'm going. Have checked whether my computer is having applet viewer or not. Okay, so here I have just checked, or I have just changed it to my directory desktop. So within a desktop I have searched whether applet viewer is there or not. So there is no applet viewer ls I have given. This is list of files and directories it is going to give. Ls is a command which is going to give a list of files and directories. And cd dot dot I have given. Cd is a change directory, space dot dot, which indicating that we are moving it to its parent. Desktop's parent is root. Desktop parent is root. So that is here we have again we have come back to the root again. Okay, again we have checked ls whether root is having a applet viewer or not. So here we have several list of files and directories. Within that you can observe here we have an applet viewer. If you have an applet viewer, then your you have Java enabled um, uh, Java enabled command line. You can within the command line you can execute Java programs within a applet viewer. Okay, ls and then applet viewer. So you can just give applet viewer command. So it will show you the where actually the applet viewer is existing with the URL. So here we have several options. If you have just given an applet viewer, then there is no applet viewer in your computer, then it will show you command not found. Okay, and again we have come back to the desktop to execute a program, that is hello world.java, because within a desktop we have hello world.java. Here you can observe that hello world.java that is there in a desktop. Okay, desktop. I've saved all our programs in a desktop only, so I'm executing from the desktop. Desktop is also a directory. Within that we have hello world.java. So first I'm going to compile it, the previous one. So here compile it, and next one. So after compilation, Java C hello world.java, I'm executing it. The second step, applet viewer space hello world.java. So it is going to give some lines what is actually. So after executing it, here we have got a dialog box here. Dialog box. So here 200, 200, and it is starting from 2020. Y coordinate 20 and X coordinate 20, and it is printing a string as hello world. And here you can see that within a window. We have closed window, resize window, I mean minimize and maximize applet viewer, and within that we have a class name. Class name indicating that hello world.java is our file, and it is converted as hello world.class, and applet is generated. So applet, it is showing a heading, and applet started, so it says that applet is executing, and we are printing a hello world using drawstring within a paint method. So this is simple applet program execution. Hope you understood this execution. So I have executed, I've explained step by step. If we have slides, you can just go through once and execute a program if you have applet viewer in your desktop or in your computer. And here, so second way is to execute applet within a browser. Within a browser. So this is the second way. The HTML text file that contains a tag which loads the applet. So within a browser, if you are executing a program, so those files should be there in a HTML file extension, file name.html. So that HTML file should have a tags. Should have a HTML is also a tag. So applet is a tag. Within that we have three attributes: height, width, and the code. The file name we have to give, and this is the closing of that tag applet. So here they have given just an explanation. Height and width statement specify the dimension of the display area used by the applet. So here you can see that. So here we are executing with the applet viewer. We are not executing in a browser. So that is why we have commented here. We have commented here. There is no need. It will just ignored by the Java compiler. But once you are executing in a browser, you have to insert as it is. Do not use a comment line, because that comment line is not understandable by that browser. There are two types of applets here. One is applet class, another one is JApplet. So this is the first one, applet class, which you have seen the example. So it's a abstract window toolkit that is providing you the GUI. And second type is JApplet. JApplet is commonly used in a swings. Second type of applets are those based on a swing class, that is JApplet. One is applet, second one is JApplet. JApplet is used for creating a swings. Swings in turn creating a graphical user interface. So yeah, swing applets use the swing classes to provide a GUI, and swing offers a richer and often easier to use user interface. So JApplet inherits applet class. JApplet inherits Java applet. JApplet inherits applet class. Hence, all the features of applet are also available in JApplet also. Okay. So this is a superclass, and this is a subclass. So JApplet is only used for a swing. Applet is for you can create its own GUI or swing GUI also. Okay. But applet is completely ignored. We have only a concept of swings. So these are the methods which are available with the applet class. You just go through once. Void destroy, called by a browser just before applet is terminated. You can just this method is just to clean up the memory which is allocated, or clean up the resources which is allocated for that applet class. And here we have several other get code base, get document base, get image, get locally, audio clip, how to include an audio clip within that. Everything we have. Applet information that describes a string, that what is an applet is. So these are the different methods we have. You can just go through once. This is not needed actually. So here we have void init method. So this is actually initializing the applet execution. Once we have started this init method, so which actually begins the execution of the applet. So here audio clip play, play with the name and the URL, everything is there. And here is active, whether applet is terminated or not, you can just check with this is active. Resize, start, stop, all the methods are there. So here, next, the applet architecture. Oh, this is not needed. So now let us just go with the applet skeleton. Applet skeleton is having these methods: init, start, stop, destroy, and the paint method. So these 5 methods are there within an applet class, or you can just have a paint also. So we have just seen a paint method within an applet class, that is hello world. So this is just a syntax, or this is skeleton. Init, start, stop, destroy are defined by the applet method. So let us just discuss with the program. So here this is an applet skeleton, IWT and the applet classes which we have included to generate a window and to inherit a applet class. So here we have just put it in a comment line. Applet code, applet skell is a file name. So here it is a class name which is extending the applet class. Okay, and here init is a first method because it is called first because it starts the execution of the applet. So this is public void init. So we don't have any statement here. If we have init, it will start the execution. Then start, it is called second. Whenever an applet is restarted, once we have stopped and then we are going to resume the execution, then you can have a start method. When you have stopped, not destroyed. Destroyed is different than the stop. Start, and this is stop method. This is just a suspending the execution, and you can resume it via start method. And this is destroy. This is completely shutdowning the activities. I mean, terminates the applet's execution. This is just stopping, I mean suspending. Okay, this will terminates the applet execution. And next, paint method, it will just display the content within a drawstring method. So this is actually the skeleton, which is important. You can just go through it. And that after initialization and termination, it is important to understand the order in which the various methods shown in the skeleton are executed. When an applet begins, the following methods are called in a sequence: init, start, and the paint. Okay, init, start, and the paint. Init, which will just begins the execution; starts, it will resumes the execution. Paint, what is there in a graphics method? Graphics method is drawstring, so it will just print it according to x and y coordinate. When an applet is terminated, following methods are method calls takes place. So stop and the destroy. So first it will stop the execution of that and then completely destroys that. So this is just an explanation of each method. You can go through it. And the drawstring method, we have drawstring is a member of graphics class. Drawstring is accepting 3 parameters. One is a string message, which is should be there in a double quotes. What is actually the string which you are going to display, and x and y coordinate which you are giving. Next is simple program which has init, stop, start, and all. So here everything is same. Class sample. Sample is a file name, and extending the applet. String message. This string message is used in every method, so that is why we have declared it before each method. In it, set background color of the message, that is color dot cyan. Color is a class, cyan is a color name. Color red, background and foreground. Message is equal to inside init. Inside init. Okay, this inside init should print on a window. So where actually we are passing this message, we have to pass this message string in a drawString method. Okay. So here we have called void start. So within that void start, we have message plus is equal to, indicating that message is equal to message plus. What was the earlier message? So which is inside init. Inside init. So now we have start. So inside init, inside start. So both the strings are concatenated, and it is now having inside init and inside start string. So now message is again reused in a paint method. So void public paint within a graphic, using graphic object, we are just printing it. So message plus inside paint. So what we are just doing it. So we are just concatenating each function's string. So message inside init, inside start, and inside paint. This is going to print. Where actually it is going to print, we are calling a drawString method via graphics object. So message. So this message is contain all the three string: init, start, and the paint, and which is displaying at the 10, 30 x and y coordinates here. So, here I have given a different color which you can use in a color class. You can just go through it. You can just execute that program. So these are all not needed, I guess. So that you can execute this character. So this is enough for applet. If you have any doubt, you can just uh, text me, or you can ask in a chat window. There are other two methods: update and the paint, repaint, everything. I'll just share the slides. You can just go through it, because this is not there in your syllabus. For your knowledge of executing event handling and these things, I've told this. So if you have any doubt in repainting and update, you can just uh, ask me to explain. I'll explain. Okay. This is enough for today, and hope you understood what is actually applet, how to include applet within a browser, or how to execute with applet viewer. Uh, any doubt, you can just inform me. Thanks for listening.